Before we begin this mind-opening journey into one of the most surprising coins ever minted in South Africa, hit that subscribe button right now. If you're someone who enjoys uncovering forgotten treasures, exploring history through the smallest objects, and discovering the unbelievable value hidden in coins we use every day, then you're exactly where you need to be. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay with me until the very end, because the story of the 1994 South African 1 Rand coin is going to reshape the way you look at every old coin sitting in your home. Now let's begin. There are certain years in a country's history that stand out forever, and 1994 is one of them. It was a year of transformation, rebirth, and new identity for South Africa. A time when everything changed, not only politically, but socially, culturally, and symbolically. And while the world was watching massive historic events unfold, something quieter, yet equally meaningful was happening at the South African Mint. New coins were being produced, coins that held the weight of that transformation in their designs, their symbolism, and their presence. Among them was the powerful, iconic 1 Rand coin of 1994. The average person doesn't think much about the 1 Rand coin. For decades, it was simply used for bread, bus fares, snacks, and everyday purchases. People passed it from hand to hand without giving it a single thought. But today, collectors see that same coin through a completely different lens. They see history. They see rarity. They see craftsmanship. They see potential value that reaches heights no one could have imagined years ago. The 1994 1 Rand coin features the majestic Springbok, the national symbol of pride, beauty, strength, and freedom. The Springbok has been a central image in South Africa's currency for generations, but the 1994 edition holds special status. It represents a country stepping into a new era, making it one of the most symbolic coins ever minted in the nation's history. The detailing on the Springbok, the curves of its body, the crispness of its horns, the texture of the field beneath its hooves, all of this was crafted with precision and intention. But what makes the 1994 1 Rand coin especially fascinating to collectors is not only its symbolism, but also its inconsistencies, its production variations, and the survival rate of high-quality examples. Minting during a transitional era often comes with irregularities. Machines are adjusted, dies are replaced, metal batches vary slightly, and production pressures increase. As a result, some coins come out with subtle differences that make them extremely rare today. Collectors in the 55, 65-plus age group, men who lived through this era, who handled these coins daily, and who understand the value of historical artifacts, are the ones who appreciate these variations the most. They know how to spot details the average person overlooks. A slightly deeper strike on the Springbok's legs, a sharper outline along the rim, a faint doubling in the date, a unique tone in the metal, or even a small misalignment all turn an everyday coin into something extraordinary. And here's where the real story begins. The survival rate of this coin in excellent condition is extremely low. The 1 Rand coin was heavily circulated, used constantly, and often stored carelessly. Most pieces today show scratches, dents, rim damage, fading, or discoloration. Finding a pristine 1994 1 Rand coin with full original detail is incredibly difficult. Collectors spend years searching for one that has survived untouched. The few that remain in top condition have begun attracting global numismatic interest. African coins, especially from significant historical years, have gained massive attention worldwide over the past decade. As more international collectors enter the market, demand increases and supply remains fixed. No more 1994 coins will ever be produced. Every damaged or lost coin reduces the total forever. That scarcity is what drives value upward, and the rise has already begun. Some early strike examples, the very first coins produced when the die was still fresh and sharp, show exceptional clarity. In these pieces, the Springbok almost looks alive, with lines so crisp that the smallest details can be seen even under low magnification. Coins like these are incredibly rare and are treasured by high-end collectors. A few variations have even been found with extremely unusual rim thickness, higher relief on the Springbok, or unusually deep engraving. These are the pieces that become legends in the collecting world. Experienced collectors, especially older men with decades of numismatic passion, understand the importance of grading. When a high-quality 1994 1 Rand coin is professionally graded, it becomes far more valuable. A top-grade example is protected, authenticated, and recognized worldwide. And because the year 1994 holds such historical weight, graded examples have already become investment pieces, not just collectibles. The 1994 1 Rand coin also carries an emotional weight for South Africans. It represents a moment of hope, unity, and change. Many people who lived through that era feel a connection to objects from that time. Nostalgia is one of the driving forces behind rising coin values. When a collectible carries both history and personal memory, its demand skyrockets. Now consider everything happening at once. A historically significant year that a symbolically powerful design, mint variations, low survival rate, increasing international demand, growing interest from collectors aged 55. 65. Graded examples becoming investment pieces that are market shifting toward African numismatics, and the rediscovery of coins once taken for granted. All these factors create a perfect storm, the kind of situation where a coin that once bought a loaf of bread can suddenly become one of the most valuable coins in the world. Collectors have already begun turning their eyes toward this coin. Private auctions, collector groups, and numismatic circles are actively discussing its potential. Every time a rare example surfaces, it sparks a wave of excitement. And when coins reach this stage of recognition, their value can climb at a pace no one expects. Now imagine the rarest possible version of the 1994 1 Rand coin. The perfect strike, the sharpest detail, the cleanest surface, the flawless rim, the ideal metal tone, the earliest minting, preserved for decades without a scratch. A coin like this isn't just rare, it's nearly impossible. And when something becomes nearly impossible to find, its value reaches unbelievable heights that you've followed the story from the beginning. The history, the minting, the rarity, the variations, the nostalgia, the rising global interest, and the explosive market growth. Now it's time for the moment you've been waiting for. The 1994 South African 1 Rand coin. In its rarest form, the highest grade, the finest strike, the most extraordinary variation, and the strongest collector demand, has a potential estimated value of $900 million.